everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back to my subscribers. As always, thank you for your support right here on YouTube, in the Facebook junk journaling sites, and in the Etsy store. So today I have this little window booklet with flips and on the inside. So let's take a look at what I did. We worked on this last week. This is when we created some charms, so I thought I'd add that to the booklet. And then here are some labels. They're a part of the new label line in the Etsy store. So I did this window here, and then when you pull on this, so you have a journaling card. You can do some journaling on the back. Okay, I'm going to set that aside, and then let's open this up. So first let me get this little bulb pin off. Okay. So we open it up, and I always like to include a little place for folks to do some writing, some journaling. Here we have another one of the little charms that we worked on the last time. So let me pull this up and out of the way. Then we have this area here that flips. And so I used some vellum and some of the new labels. And there's a little card in here that you can do some journaling on the back. And you flip it over, and here's another pocket, this time not with vellum. And here's a little bingo journaling card, a little Santa bingo journaling card. This one I also did in vellum. And if you pull that out, you can do some more journaling on the back, some more labels, and then you open it up. And then on the other side, we have some more little bingo cards to do some journaling on the back. And then here in the center, some more cards, a tag, a little happy holiday card, naughty or nice to do some journaling on both sides and on the back. And then another large journaling card. And then here, this is one of the charms that we made last week, and I just turned it into a little cluster just to fill out the background so that it wouldn't be bare. So very simple. Let's take a quick look at how I put all of this together. So let me set these things aside. Okay. So, for the outer part of the book, you will need a sheet of paper that is 7 inches by 5.5 inches, and you will fold it in half, okay? And then you'll do all of your distressing, okay? The next thing that you're going to need is, if you plan on doing the window that I did, you will need, let's get this out of the way. For the window, I used the die to cut out the window. You don't have to. I still have my die in here just to show you what that would look like. And then I used some washi tape to stick it down with, because the washi tape peels up very easily. I wouldn't stick things down on the good side of the paper. Stick it on the back that, you know, no one's going to see it. That way, if you have trouble removing your washi tape, it's not picking up the printed side of the paper. Okay, so do that on the other side. So this cover here goes like this, and it is 3.5 by 5.5. Okay, so gluing the ribbon down, what I did was, it'll be a little bit of a challenge for you to see it here, but what I did was, if you look at this ribbon really isn't going across the book. It's starting right about here, and it's underneath this area here, and I used a glue dot to glue it down, right? And then I did the same thing on the other side, all right? I'm starting it underneath this little window, and I used the glue dot to hold it down, okay? So I glued that onto the book, okay? So I took, let's say it's a fresh piece of ribbon, I put a glue dot on the back, and then I pressed it down, and I did that on both sides, okay? Now, once you have your cutout, you don't have to use, I used one of those acetate-like sheets that you've seen me use in the past. You can use that, and obviously you're gonna, this is hard to see, but obviously you're gonna use one that's the correct size to fit the window. You'll glue it in on the back. And if you don't wish to use the acetate-like sheet, it's a little challenging to see because it's clear, and then you might want to use some vellum, okay? And you always have the option of not using anything at all. So this can be a rectangular window. If you don't have a die machine, then get an object, you know, maybe one that's round, one that's square. A lot of us, we use the distressed ink. So you can just put that down and trace over it. If the outer part is too big, then maybe take the lid off to get something smaller and trace around it, and then you would cut it out to get a window, okay? So that's how I did the outer part, okay? So the inner part, okay, let me set these things aside. The inner part, what you're going to need, you'll need 2 of these, okay? So you'll need 2, and let me give you the measurements. These are 3 7/8 by 2 3/4, and you will score at the 1/2 inch, and you're going to do that twice, and then you'll do your angle cuts on each of these, okay? Then you're going to get another sheet, and this one, make it slightly less than 3 1/2. So this one measures a little bit under 3 1/2. It's like between 3 1/2 and 3 3/8 by 2 3/4. And I will explain why you want it to be slightly less than 3 1/2. So let me just get all of these things out the way. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to glue this side, and then you're going to take that and stick it here, okay? So let me get some glue and glue that down very quickly. So you'll line this up with the edge of the cover. All right, so the side and the bottom, okay? And then on the other side, let's get this glued. We'll get some glue on here. And this side, you're going to line it up with the bottom, but make sure that you are not on the fold, because if you are on the fold, then when you try to close your book, you'll have problems closing your book. Okay, so you are butted up against this fold, okay? So that's how I got the flaps. And then I just, you know, used the vellum and other cards to make the other cardstock, as you see here. That's how I got the flaps. And I used vellum and other cardstock to do the pockets, okay? So now this middle pocket here, the reason why you need it to be slightly less than 2.5 is because you're going to stick that in here. And if it is exactly 2.5, when you try to close these things, it will buckle. All right, so we don't want it to buckle, so we want to make it slightly less. And with this, I took a 1-inch hole punch. I tried to get in the center as best as I could. I took out a little notch, and then I glued 3 sides. Oops. And you'll make sure that you are as centered as possible and that you are in alignment with the bottom of the book. Okay. And then before you settle things down, you know, with your hands, just make sure that everything is laying nicely, and it looks like it is. So now we can commit in case you needed to do a little bit of adjusting. All right. And that is the heart of the book. Now the pad, let me just at least give you the measurements, because you've seen me do notepads plenty of times. So this notepad is, it's 3 1/8 by approximately, let me see, 5 1/4, right? So that is essentially it. A quick one today. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, please share, and please subscribe. Have yourself a blessed week. Bye-bye.